Hello friends, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Myself, I'm doing fine over here. Welcome to Verified So and to this video. Now, in this video, let us discuss on the different statuses that you might get when you check for your status in the CEAC website. In about 2 or 3 videos back, we discussed about how and when to check your CEAC status for your diversity visa status. And if you have not watched that video, it is very important that you watch that first before you watch this, because in that I discussed into details about how to check on that and why you should check on that and how important it is. So if you have not watched, I'm going to stick a link up here for you to click and watch first before you come back and watch this video. And this video will go to a greater extent to explain those various statuses that you might receive when you check your information. These statuses should not make you worry or make you confused or panic, because I'm going to explain everything about these statuses. So without any further ado, let's dive directly into the discussion. And the very first status that I want to check is the status at NVC. At NVC. At NVC status will pop up when you check your results and you are not yet current. What do I mean? You have been selected. Even if you have not filled your DS260 form and submitted, or you have filled it and submitted, but your case has not yet become current, then the status that will show up will be at NVC. And that simply means that your case is at KCC and it is waiting for your case to become current. And in that process, your DS260 form should have been processed or might be in the process of being processed. That is what at NVC stands for. The second status is the in transit status. In transit. When you check for your CEAC status and the in transit status pops up, that simply means that your case is now current, has become current that is, and your embassy has a slot for you to be interviewed, and therefore KCC is transferring your information to the embassy. So in that process, when your case is being transferred to the embassy for interview processing, that status will be in transit. And in that process, you will consequently receive a second notification letter. So the interview appointment will be sent to you. In transit, I repeat, means that KCC is transferring your case to the embassy for interview scheduling. And that is to mean you are about to receive your second notification letter if you have not received it at that time. So that's what in transit means. The next status that we're going to check is the ready status. Ready. When you are checking for your case status and the ready status pops up, that means that your interview has been scheduled. You are ready for the interview. Your information has been transferred to the embassy and you're just about to attend your interview. Then we have the AP status. And AP status in full is administrative processing status. When you check and this status pops up, administrative processing means that your case is under administrative processing, is under the consulate or the embassy processing. That is to mean you might receive the administrative processing on various occasions. If you have gone to your interview and you have been told your visa has been approved, then later on you come and check and you find AP, that is not a worry. It does not mean that you have been refused and your status is changing. No, it just simply means that your visa is being processed and is being stamped. It is under the embassy or the consulate processing. They are processing to print or to stamp your visa. In that case, that AP means that they are just preparing your visa to be stamped on your passport. Another scenario that you may find AP, if you've gone to the interview and maybe you did not provide sufficient proofs, and therefore the consulate or the embassy requested you for extra information, or they told you they need to do some further checking. At that time, your case or your status will be AP. That is, you have received a 221G visa refusal. And that is to mean your case is under extra scrutiny. You are supposed to provide the documents that you have been requested or any information that has been requested. So in that case, it will be AP status. So AP comes in various ways. Still on the same, you should note that if you are given the 221G visa refusal, the status might also turn into refused. So sometimes it will turn into refused as it waits your case to be processed. So it will turn into refused. And if you have been given the 221G and then you see the status being refused, then don't panic, because it will remain that way until they have fully processed the extra information. And once it's that, the status will change. So that should not worry you in that scenario, so long as there is enough time for them to deal with your 221G visa refusal. And that's why I always tell you, it's better that you be over prepared than going there with less material or less information and then you be put to 221G. So avoid the 221G visa refusal at all cost. The next status would be issued. Issued. If you check your status and it reads issued, and probably you have not received back your passports, then that's a good sign. That status means that the visa processing and the stamping of them has finally been completed and your visa is being sent back or has been sent back to you. Issued means your visa has been approved and has been stamped and you're about to get your visas back. And then finally, the status that many people never long for, and that is the refused status. Refused. And this status comes after you've been told at the embassy outrightly that your visa has been refused. They will not issue a visa because of one reason or the other. If you have errors, you've done mistakes, and you have things that can prevent you from getting your visa approved, then your status will change to refused, and that status never changes. If it's refused and you have been told your visa has been denied, you have no alternative. It will be refused in the status. And with that, we come to the end of this discussion. I hope the information is clear and it's helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not, to like the video, to share with your friends, and let's meet in the next video.